Welcome back, everyone. If you're new here, we are Hey SK. We help people break unhealthy patterns, build self worth, set healthy boundaries, and create healthier relationships through honest conversations and practical tools.
Where else are we on?
Tonight's conversation is one I think all of us have experienced without even realizing it.
Hold on. Oh, we had another page open. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. All right. So whether you're here or watching live, just let us know where you are watching from. We'd love to hear it. But the question is, have you ever stayed in a relationship longer than you should have because you believed that they would eventually change? Mm.
Good question. Good question. Uh, I guess I'll start. I definitely have. I know for me, staying in relationships, I always um, saw the good in people and saw their potential. And I tried to like hold on to the things that we shared in common that were good. And I stayed a bit too long. Even when the red flag, I was like, but we all growing and, we young and, I'm not perfect. So I tried to come up with all these reasons to stay. And then once you out of the situation, you're like, wow, I should have left there, 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 and there. And it becomes more clear when you're not in the picture.
I know for me, I dated somebody and it was always what they wanted to do, but there was never any motion towards it or any follow through. And so after a while, I'm like, you keep saying you want to do all these things, but you're not even trying. Like, you're not doing anything regarding that at all. Like, you're just kind of there. You had all these dreams. You wanted to go to this college and study this, and then you wanted to, all these things, and it just wasn't adding up. And I know for me, um, eventually I was just like, I can see why. And then when you start seeing why that person's previous significant other was like, it's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was it for me.
Yeah. I know a lot of people have been there. Yeah, we all you live and you learn, right?
Oh, did I? I did I? Um, did I? I literally paid for that relationship for years.
Yeah, and I'm just
Literally.
like, when I start thinking back, I'm like, man, how much money, time, energy I could have just saved. The
Yeah.
best thing I could did for myself was heal, to get in a like,
Yeah.
because when you're in a better state of healing and growth, like you don't even um you don't even think about like certain things anymore. It's like, dang. When you don't tolerate things, you catch things faster. You see things faster, and it's just like everything is just clear when you in a better space.
For sure.
You're like, man, I would have never put up with this.
Never. Um, I know for me, hey, I know for me, I saw, like I said, it was the potential of like, okay, well, this person actually follows through, then this could really work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know that I made some decisions based off of the potential and what could work,
Mm-hmm.
not really what was in front of me. And I'm like, dang, if I had really known that you're just a dusty bum, I wouldn't have done it. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that too. So, for those of you that are just tuning in, we're talking about, you know, well, the question is, have you ever stayed in a relationship longer than you should have because you believe things would eventually change? Hey, that's the question. Have you stayed in a relationship longer than you should have because you believe things would eventually change? Oh, hey. We just shared our personal experiences
Hmm.
where we've in the past have done that. She said, "Woo." She said, "Don't get me started." Right. You saw the good qualities, I'm sure. You excused the stuff that was like, they're working on it, they're growing,
Yeah.
Maybe, I know for me, it was like, oh, maybe he's depressed. The bullshit story, excuse me, the BS story he told me, maybe he's just sad about, the situation with his kids. Oh, I don't
And,
do his kids anymore
yeah.
either.
And then for me, it was like there were times that I did walk away. Like I was like, I'm done. And then they come back with those stories, or like I was separated from one person and then I started chilling with someone else. We wasn't in a relationship, but we're not together. So I'm hanging out with other friends and stuff like that. And then it's like they magically get your attention and all of a sudden everything you wanted, the hugs, the attention, the affection, the love start coming out of nowhere. And then once they realize that you cut that other person off and you back focus on them because they said they back, and then like now it's just like it just
Hmm.
start going back to their old ways after, before they did before, and then you repeat those patterns too long, and then it's like, you know what, I'm out.
And she said, I stayed for 13 years.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Yeah, mine were 4.5 apiece, which was still a lot of. Most of all my adult life, I was in a relationship minus 2 years, 2 years and some change.
Mm,
And like, you know,
really quick again. Skip that. Mm, I don't know.
yeah.
God.
I was just gonna say, like, everybody has potential, but we cannot allow that to cloud our judgment. Like everybody, legit. If we all looked at ourselves and others, everybody has potential to be a better
For
person.
sure.
But we need to start looking at what in front of us. What actions are they actually showing us? And I just think, especially being women, we just hardwired to give second, third chances. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you couple that with how we feel about ourselves, that plays a part as well.
I think so too. I really wish it was only the years our pregnancy later, and now I'm thinking like, what the fuck was I thinking? I mean, that potential clouds people's judgment for sure. Um, so as sometimes it's hard. You're like, you see the potential. You're like, if that person just saw it too, or I mean, maybe
And then
or just do something.
and then they do those little small string alongs, like where things are good for a little bit and get you, like, okay, we going in the right direction, and then they fall off, and then it's literally a seesaw effect until we like, you know what, my heart has had enough.
Hmm. Yeah, everybody does have potential. Potential is a possibility, but unfortunately, you can't live on possibility. You got to go by what's evidence, and your evidence is patterns. What patterns is this person actually showing you? Potential isn't the same thing as patterns. They're stringing along in something vicious. Woo, that XY chromosome. Oof. Sometimes they can be the worst at it for real, for real. Or like for real. And with you, that you'll stop when you really get tired. For sure. You have to look at
Yeah.
the evidence, like what's actually happened, not the potential, because potentials and patterns are not the same thing. And you have to pay attention to the patterns, because the patterns are really going to show you how the person really feels or what they're doing in that moment. So you got to go by that. And healthy decisions are made from the evidence. Remember, patterns are your evidence.
Yes. Stop collecting promises.
Yes, and collect evidence,
Evidence.
patterns.
Patterns.
That's what you need.
So,
Um,
and another thing that I learned in these type of dynamics, and that I want to speak on, is from a standpoint of when we're in these situations and we know we're not ready to leave.
yeah,
Don't don't guilt your friends into the guilt that you're experiencing from the person you're with. Because be like, nobody cares. But you went to that friend 5 times saying you wanted to leave. They have feelings too. Like they don't want to see. So I think when we're in these
mm,
situations, like can't keep going back to people and then saying that no one cares or people seeing you in this situation and doing nothing. Remember that you went to them and they tried to stick their neck out for you and you took up for that guy or that girl.
I had a friend like that. I had to like cut her off because oh boy, it was going upside her top. And I had to tell her, like, listen, when you're ready to finally leave him, that's when you call me because I'm tired of you getting me all upset because he's harming you. I mean, physically harming you. Like, did some stuff. And I'm tired of this. Like, when you're ready to leave him and you want to make moves, you're more than welcome to call me about him. We can discuss any other part of your life but that man as long as you remain in that environment. And I was in college. I was in my 20s, early 20s when I made that decision. I actually remember where I was when I had that phone conversation. Like, I'm 90 minutes away from you. I can't even help you. Like, for real. Like, by the time, stop getting me upset. I got to work on my finals and my tests and stuff. Stop getting me upset. But how many of you excuse the behaviors? Like, when they didn't call you consistently, or they said they were coming, but they didn't. Be like, oh, they're just busy. Or, they're just stressed. Or, they've had such a hard life, so they just don't know how to love me properly. Even though I've told them 10 million times. They'll get there eventually. They just need more time. How many of you have said things like that?
Especially when you date young.
Yeah.
And you date serious relationships young.
She said guilty.
Yeah. Dating serious relationships young, you tend to, because you feel like, oh, we're learning, we're growing, we're young, and you're in a serious relationship. Yeah.
What's one excuse you've made for someone that you later realized wasn't true?
That we were good for each other.
We were just going through a moment.
Yep.
I was 17 when we started dating. He was 22. Wow. At that age gap, were you being 17? That's kind of a big age gap at that time. Now, at our age, 44 years is not a big, but that's kind of, what 22-year-old got in common with a 17-year-old? I know for me, like I said, they're just stressed. Maybe they're depressed. The BS story he told me about what's happened. Maybe he's just upset. He's going to get it together. That never happened. Oh, we were friends. Yeah, looking back, of course, at the time, it's a compliment. And if I was 17, I got a 22-year-old, I'd be flattered. I'd be like, yeah, he told me I'm mature for my age, Which, I mean, the stuff that the 17-year-olds they got on my damn nerves. So, a little bit I was. But I'd have been flattered. So, definitely, I get how it happened. But, looking back, you know what? There were signs. For sure. You think by now, he older than you, he's all grown up now. But I already know that man ain't grown because I know what that is. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. I know we just gotta take a moment.
And it kind of ties to what were we just watching?
Which one? The polygamous.
Yes, this definitely ties.
Well, this kind of like sparked the idea because that had so many themes and stuff. But this kind of sparked the conversation for sure. Yeah, Joyce.
Yes, Joyce.
If you haven't seen The Polygamist, I definitely recommend it. If you can watch it in Zulu and you have the time, like you're not multitasking, I recommend you watch it in Zulu. If not, English is just, it is what it is. You just don't look at the mouse too hard.
I didn't do too bad.
It wasn't because some of it, I started watching in Zulu and some of it is in English.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't.
It's not that bad. It's okay.
It's not as bad as people trying to make it seem like it really wasn't.
It's really
like not. I focus on the storyline. Like even if they did, I miss most of it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
But necessarily, it's good to watch stuff in its native language.
Given the topic that we're talking about, I mean, her reasons for staying were for other, but it does show how, because even her mom in there had told her, like, walk away. How many times if you had a family member or a cousin or friend, girl, leave him, he's not what. You just jealous,
Oh.
or how you gonna tell me, you know?
So in that situation, I had a couple people clock it, but the people who clocked it were in shitty relationships themselves. One that old girl was going upside his head. And I'm like, who are you to tell me you got somebody going upside your head?
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else was the side piece. So that was the only two people that clocked it.
But you know, some people
They clocked it.
they be in situations that they know they shouldn't be in. So the side piece know how to see stuff, cause she the side piece, so she be seeing stuff. She get privy to stuff that the main don't because she the side. And she like, I see the dirt. And so, and then the one in it, they're in shitty. They experience it daily. So
She was like, the only person I like to now we know is not a low key hater, so we ain't friends no more either. So, but yeah, that's what I was. I was like, whatever.
mm-hmm.
So, what's it? That's exactly what it is. So, hope versus evidence. You're hoping the person will change. Hoping the person will finally follow through. You're hoping the person will finally see you, the real you, the value, how awesome you are. She said,
Please
added
do.
that. Yes, watch it.
And watching when you got like the paid clothes, like I always watch movies, especially now that we do lives and videos. I watch videos for entertainment, videos and movies for entertainment, but now I'm really watching for like, wow, this is something we need to talk about.
Janassi, that man gonna raise your blood pressure.
You're gonna be
Cold,
annoyed from the jump.
get you a nice cold glass of water to help calm you down, and a pillow to squeeze, cause you're gonna want to wring them neck from start to finish. But it's definitely worth the watch.
It is worth
It's
it.
definitely worth the watch.
It has a lot of theming. It has a lot.
Yeah,
It has a lot.
it does. Okay, hope versus evidence. We're hoping that the person will change. We're hoping that the person will grow. And we're ignoring the evidence. Remember, the evidence is patterns.
Patterns.
That's not there.
So a lot of times we just need to focus on, we need to pay attention to the pattern. You can have some hope. Like hope, you don't want to go in there too jaded to like, you just cutting people up.
Yeah.
But you want to, like, if they're showing you, like, how long do you feel you should stay in something before you like this is who they are?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you know, like people be in relationships for like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, going through the same thing. There has been not much growth and change, and they're hoping that they're changing. They just like, because we're taught to see the good in people. Unfortunately, if you up through religion, we're taught, and a lot of that stuff, it keeps people in unhealthy relationships. It keeps people depressed. It keeps people down.
We
like,
see it in groups all the time.
The church itself has more mental health issues than a little bit for it to be a faith-based organization. And that's not me just saying that. That's like because of the beliefs around how people hold on to certain things so long.
It's true. We see it in groups all the time. They'll post a situation where it's clearly, if the person that they're writing about isn't willing to make changes, they're not willing to make concessions in the middle and compromise, that the person should leave and go find somebody that's going to give them the love that they probably, I don't know, that person probably deserves. But they're like, just pray on it. No, I don't believe in divorce. I'm just like, this person is miserable. This post is clearly a cry for help. You know, that's why she says that. It's true. I'm like, oh, no. I mean, yes, pray. I mean, if you believe, pray, but also pray. You have to make moves. Yeah, you got to make moves. If you're praying and asking God for a sign and the things get worse, hey, maybe that's your sign. I mean, you're praying to give you guidance on what to do about your relationship and things are not improving. They're staying the same. Maybe that is your sign. And I think that's the issue with that. It keeps you stuck with the religion.
Your answer don't always show up in way you think it should.
No.
Like, I would have passed up opportunities to progress if I had not paid attention to something that popped up like, oh, that's not for me. I ain't got time. I can't do it.
It's true. So I think when you are ever in a situation, again, when you're deciding whether to stay, which are you making your decision from? Is it hope or is it evidence?
I definitely made my past decisions in my relationship on hope.
Yeah.
Hope that they would change. You know, we had experience. We had a lot of one like in some of those relationships. There were some fun times. So you hope you get stuck on those like, oh, we had so much fun, and we had so much potential to be great, and this all we stay in awe phase,
We do.
and awe keeps you.
You remember the new, like the good times, especially the new relationship energy. Those are a lot of good times generally in there. So
That fresh level.
you hold on to that. You're like, where's that person, the representative that they first put out there? Or you're waiting for that person to show up again. But you know, that person put their best representative out there, and then the mask slipped off, and that person wasn't real. That person doesn't exist.
Nope. And they get frustrated by the minute. The more they gotta put on, because they know they putting on, they frustrated now.
Yeah,
They hurt. They upset.
they are. They are. Just because, oh, sorry, I think you gotta say something. Just because you love someone doesn't mean that you love yourself any less. Like, you can love yourself, you can experience self love, self care, self worth while still being in a relationship. I think that's important.
Yep. And to me, like, if Steph and I wasn't together and I went through the healing process that I went through, like that would be a must. That would be like a part of my early conversations with partners. Like, what is your self care routine like? Like how well do you set boundaries and keep them? Because um oh, you're fine.
Hello.
You're good. We appreciate you. A lot of times those questions should have been the questions we would have been asking. I don't think we would have been caught up in certain situations because as you ask somebody, um, how are you setting boundaries with your parents, for example? Because parents is one of the biggest sometimes contenders in people's marriage and relationships, and they like, well, boundaries with my parents. If my mama need me, I'm gonna be there. And then like they start if that's important to you, like okay, be there for your mom. But like if there's something for the house that needs to be done and your mom needs you, can you tell your mom, hey mom, we got something going on. We already scheduled. I'll get to you another day. No, I'm canceling what I gotta do. And if that's important to you, then that lets you know. Um um
Alrighty. Thank you,
Thank
Queen.
you.
Thank you. Have a great rest
Have
of
a
your night or your shift, I guess.
yeah. So like self-worth, like I feel like like if I wasn't with Steph, like those would be my questions about self-worth, uh hey,
Hey.
about self-worth, self-care, self-love, like because we was taught like what's your favorite color, you don't know my favorite color, it ain't real, and I feel like I wouldn't have stayed in relationship longer if I was healed going in.
I think a lot of people lose their self worth
Mm-hmm.
and in turn lose their self respect. And so
Mm-hmm.
you tolerate disrespect and things that if you're in a healthy space, you would have been walked away and been like, I'm never like I cannot believe you did that and
Mm-hmm.
have enough strength to be like, I'm gonna find another one and you can go. Like I think that's a lot of people do lose themselves in relationships. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes the other person purposely does it on purpose because they want to stay, they want you to stay, they want you to be all beat down and broken so they can do what they want to do and know that you're not going to go anywhere, which is really
Ooh,
sad.
what you cooking?
Yeah, what are you making? I want something.
But yeah, like I know staying in relationships longer than you should have. Like I just like my recipe for relationships going in is make sure you're good. Like you're good. Like you've done the inner work. And healing is a forever journey too, because you'll have some people say that it is, but you shouldn't go in bleeding on your partner.
Ooh.
You should if you going in bleeding, like I got trust issues. I'm hurt. Give me your phone. Where you going? Like it's hardcore. Not to communicating your you going somewhere for safety and respect type conversation. Um,
Ooh,
but
tacos.
like you're like OD, like you stressing them out. Well, the last person I was with, if your conversations are like that, you're not ready. If your conversations are like the last person I was with, like they did me wrong and I don't trust people, then you need to stay single. You shouldn't go into a relationship with that attitude. Love is fun. Even on your worst days, love is still fun because the fact that I could come to you, share my concerns, and communicate my feelings, and we smooth sailing afterwards, that's still love, and that's a part of love. Like love doesn't have to be struggle. When we seen our grandparents struggle, our mothers struggle, and it's just like you got to struggle, you got to go through all of this to get to this. Love don't have to be like that.
Said Chipotle honey chicken tacos.
Mm.
For real, stay single and heal. Yes.
Yes,
Yes, definitely. That does sound good.
that does
You know
sound
I love me
good.
some tacos.
She does.
I love tacos.
Tacos is her favorite.
I do love tacos. Um, yeah. We gotta stop repeating these cycles and definitely prevent it, stay single and heal. So that way when you get into your next relationship, you don't repeat the cycle and do it again. Remember, we are breaking unhealthy patterns.
I see those emojis.
I got y'all when y'all come down. I
I
bet.
know what those emojis mean.
Yeah, so we're breaking unhealthy patterns and we want to create new ones. Healthy ones. That's the goal. Let's go.
So let us think. What is the hardest relationship y'all had to let go of?
I've had some friendships that I've had to let go of because of where we just got to a point in life where our paths just kind of diverged a little, well, a lot. And the potential for like a lifelong friendship was no longer there. Those were just in two very, very different places in our lives. And I feel like that was a really hard one for me. Oh, he said parents.
Yes, those are based on our upbringing and how your parents are all like it's pretty much all I heard was your parents are always right.
That's still your
That's still
parents.
your parents.
No.
I've never lived by that. It was a lot of stuff I tell you, like all the sayings that I grew up with, I despise. But
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
No, you go. But
No, okay, wait.
no, finish.
I was gonna talk about my relationship, but if you got something to add,
No, go ahead.
mine is friendships too, and the hardest part for me is that one of them have not really done anything like harsh to me per se, but we're on two different wavelengths in life, and so it's kind of hard for me because of that. Like, if they were, I mean, they've grown in their own way, but like, and a lot of people, if you're not there mentally yet and spiritually yet, you're not gonna get it. I'm gonna sound like an asshole to you probably, but I got big goals. And I'm talking about I want to be a millionaire, multi-millionaire. I'm connecting with millionaires. I want to travel to luxury places with millionaires. And I'm not saying that because those are my goals that leave people behind. What I'm saying is there are certain people that you must disconnect from to elevate. In order to elevate, you must separate from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. And some people are like, yeah, girl, I get it. Until you actually doing it. And they are actually the person you have to let go. That's tough.
More so friendships versus dating. I've been married to my entire 20s and 30s and now mid 40s. Of course, marriage is hard, but for me, friendships have probably been harder. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like, and it's like to the average person, it's like, you know better than them. You know, you get the story. You could lose it. I can't lose everything, but I'm a hustler, baby. I'm from DC. I could once I've never had it and got it. So the one thing about somebody who got it out the mud, they could lose it all and get it back. Versus somebody who's handed everything. I could get it back again.
Yep, like my says, you have to.
Like, and so people look at you like, oh, you ain't better than them, you know. And then and then the people that you have to let go, that's like, damn, you just going, you're not doing nothing. Anything I suggest, you don't want to do. You
But
don't want to go. You don't want to do nothing.
yeah,
But and you like you could go, and so
but it even comes down to fundamentals too, because at that point it's like, what do you even talk about?
right.
They'll be complaining about this situation. You're like, look, you have this to be doing, and they don't want to do anything.
And then to their ears, you sound like you bragging, like, yeah, I'm about to buy a house. Yeah, I got my third investment property. Oh yeah, I'm about to buy some land. Like I'll come that's what the mindset I'm on. And then they like, dang, that's all you talk about is investing and buying stuff. Like, yes, that's what type of time I'm on. And it's like, damn.
Yeah. Do you believe people can change? And if you guys too, do you think people can change?
I do. I am people.
Oh.
I have changed. But I believe people can, like, the blanket statement is a yes. But the layered statement is a lot of people won't, because it requires them, one, to get uncomfortable. And a lot of people are afraid of uncomfortable, but their blessings and their goals are outside of their comfort zone.
She said, and if you ain't on that time, get stepping. Period.
I'm quite sure y'all had to lose some people moving, like packing up and leaving and moving to a new location for you and your family's sake. I know y'all lost some people.
She said, I believe so if it benefits them and they put the work in. See, but why can't they do it for the betterment of the people around them? I mean, I guess that benefits them by default, but they have to want to. If they want to, but yes, they have to want to change. That's it right there. They have to want to.
And I want to know this too. To add to that,
Mhm.
Do you feel like you should hold up your goals and dreams, waiting for people to change? Like, at what point do you say, I gotta disc myself connected from you to reach what I need to reach? Do you think that's unfair?
It would depend on why. Like, what are you putting your dreams on hold on for? Is it one of those like we need to rearrange our budget for a little bit to accommodate it? Do we need to move? So that takes some planning. Like,
Not
what are
like
we?
a friend. This, like,
Oh,
obviously, I don't really look at relationships and marriages
oh.
because
So what do you hold? Wait, hold on. Why are you putting your dreams on hold for a friend? That don't make no sense.
I know it don't, but I was just asking.
Oh, okay. Like for everyone isn't for you or in your corner. Facts. Like why? Yeah, I was trying to figure out why were you putting our dreams on hold for friends.
Yeah.
That's why my mind went there.
Like, if you know what I'm saying? I wasn't saying put them on hold per se. I'm like, like, if I want to do something, I'm gonna do it, and those who rock with you gonna go.
So you mean like if you have an idea and like they're not quite ready to do it, like
Yeah,
wait for them to get ready,
yeah, because
like either
sometimes
financially or mentally ready.
I'm
That's what I'm asking.
more so the money's there. More so I'm talking about, okay, like, people wanna you're uncomfortable and you ready to go, but these people lack courage, and they lack the mindset to do it. And even spouses too, because sometimes you have that spouse that's a go-getter. They see the vision, and they don't need all the pieces to be together to go get it, but they know it's gonna come together. And then you got that, oh, we should wait 2 years, but they only saying that because they're scared to move.
Mm.
And then once you move on it, and it comes to fruition, you be like, I'm glad you ain't waiting for me. But they only saying that because they actually could see it now.
And they want you to go back and teach them. And I'm like, we could have been doing this together. Hello.
Right.
How are you?
Because, like, I know for me, my life forced me to be a go-getter. Like, I feel like if I had parents that fostered inner peace and all the stuff that you needed to be a kid and not have to worry, I feel like I would be more introverted, because now that I've created this life for myself, I think my life forced me to be an extrovert, because the streets and outside felt safer than home. So I was like outside, I was for survival mode. But now that I've created a life for myself, home feels safe. So I'd rather be home. Like I do like going on trips and stuff, but I want to create this life where I don't have to leave my house if I don't want to.
We need to, she said we need to be on the same wavelength. Yep.
Yeah, because I was like, I feel like certain people's spouses hold them back because they're afraid, like their spouses. They're and it's not the thing to have a conversation and we like money ain't there. Like sometimes like you hear these stories of people who wealthy or even like multimillionaires. Like some of them, their stories are true. They literally packed up with the little bit that they had and went after their dreams. Most people not doing that, and look where they are today. That would be me because I can get it again.
Hmm.
What do y'all think the difference is between patience and self abandonment when it comes to staying in relationships, friendships too long, or just when does it when did it become you know giving people well nowadays they say grace, I'm over grace, mercy, they tired of everybody. Grace and mercy is over, y'all.
I think, while you guys answer, I think the difference between patient and when you're like abandoning yourself
Mm-hmm.
is when you start to build resentment or keeping score. I mean, I think that there's you can have some patience. You can be have some understanding and maybe wait for the person in your scenario, for a little bit. But I think it's to a point where you start like keeping score tabs of like what I did while I'm waiting for you, or you start to build some sort of resentment. I think that's when it's self abandonment because now you're starting to resent the decision.
Got
And
it.
I think that you have to be stand firm in your decision to wait or have the patience to wait for the person to catch up or do whatever they need to do. Or that's my personal opinion. I you have to be, yeah. I think it's to the point where you're confident in your decision, you're okay with your decision, and after a while you're no longer okay with your decision. Like, okay, this is enough of this shit. I think that's for me personally. It's my opinion. She said depends on the person or the situation. What about you?
Um, I feel like uh patience for me now that I'm in the spaces I'm in, patience comes where I see growth. Pattern. We talking about patterns.
So you have to see some sort of growth.
Yeah, some change, and it's not drastic. Like
Okay.
say you always late to everything we used to do, and like you call me now you to the point where hey I'm running late where there was no
You just
communication,
showed up late.
and you just showed up late.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit, and
Okay.
now I see consistency of now you went from 30 minutes late, now I'm only 5 minutes late. But sometimes I feel like there's teachable moments because I've been working on this with myself with other people. Is having teachable moments because I feel like a lot of people don't have real friends because they
Mm.
have they have space holders in their life. They're not real friends because ain't no way your friend always late and it bothers you and you've never said that all these years. And I was like, why? So I'm learning. I'm working on teachable moments. Like, why are you always late? What does that do for you?
That's a good one.
You know, why do you feel the need to be late? And get them to start thinking. And if they get an attitude like, look, I'm not judging you. I just want to know why. I like being on time. That's why I drive my car everywhere because I hate being late.
Mm.
We've all been late, but to be like fashionably late all the time, I don't want to. And it's so bad that when you go to mixed functions with mixed company, I'm like, I gotta be super early because I don't want to be the black person that's known for being late.
Question: do you think some people are generally scared, or do they have a legit reason to be scared or hesitant? For oh shit, hold on. For example, they can be scared of change or scared due to the potential setback. Mm. Generally scared, they have legit reasons. Both. I think both. I think both.
I think both too, but like
It
in
depends.
our
Yeah.
household, we have a rule: do it scared. So
Yeah.
if you was around us, I need to know why you're scared. And so if you in therapy, I always if that is holding you back from something you want to do right now, move that to the front of your process of working through. Because we
Yeah.
even tell Omari that when, we talked to him,
They were scared.
they were
And
scared.
as long as it's not going to harm
Mm.
you or harm somebody else, do it scared. You're scared to talk to somebody and they're not going to hurt you. They're not, go
And that
talk to them.
and that becomes a teachable moment. Like
Yeah.
what can we do in this moment that is realistic to help you overcome that?
Yeah.
Today, oh, I want to buy a house. They scared because buying a house comes with,
Girl.
when your grass need to cut down, that's on you. Everything's on you. So yes, you might get your rent lower, but you got everything else to come with it. So they like, I'm scared. Okay, let's start. Let's just go look at properties. Sometimes you got to set the tone, get you in that energy. Because if you're not around homeowners or potential homeowners and people who think like you're never going to get ready. So one, who are you hanging around? I'm not saying that you can't hang around renters. We just was renters, but we were potential. We was open to home buying one day. So that's how we got into the situation we in now. We wasn't closed off, even though we were renting. But I do believe that people can be hesitant. You just gotta be ready, be open. But I'm never like I'm in a point now. I'm not letting nobody else has a personal hesitation stop me from reaching my goals. Like take the time you need, but I'm gonna let you know I'm still moving on. Especially if it's a goal that doesn't that
Yeah.
need I don't need that person.
But to go back to this one, I think that a lot of people in general are afraid of change. Um, like that's why a lot of people stay stuck in jobs that they probably could have switched jobs and be for way further along in their career,
Mm-hmm.
but they have a fear of the unknown. Making the change, they got to get to know new office setting or a new environment, new people. You're dealing with BS at your job now, but then you switch jobs. You're potentially your boss or whatever situation that you don't like could be worse. Or you fix that one problem, but then you trade in for another problem, and that problem's worse than the other one. And so I think that does keep a lot of people do that. Or like you may be on track at your job now to potentially be promoted, and you don't like it, but you go to another company, and then that company keeps you stuck.
Yeah. And I just feel like everything has a potential setback, but I think everything begins and ends in your mind. Mindset and how you perceive things um is always what it is. And I'll give you an example. Transparent personal. I was deployed in 2021-22. I was working with a master's degree as a as a car wash supervisor, making 16.50 an hour. With a master's in Texas, it's not a real lot going on out there for
Oof.
people that's educated. Like they
Jesus.
got a lot of warehouse jobs that still don't pay a lot. This is a true story.
No, I can vouch. I lost my job and
Um,
it was hard.
and so I deployed. Mind you know, you deploy. I was a sergeant. I was a staff sergeant deploying. Um, And so my soldier had applied for AGR, which is Active Guard Reserve. You got active duty benefits for those who are not military, but I don't have like soldiers under me. It's a hidden secret. So I get all the benefits of regular active duty without having soldiers directly under me. So one of my soldiers applied for the program. I wasn't thinking about applying. I said, you know what? I'm going to apply. And guess what? I applied. I got on like a month later, I got on the consideration list. And then a month after that, I got orders. But I did hit my wife up. I was like, look, I got on the consider, I'm doing this or whatever. I got this. I wanted to let her know, but I knew in that moment I had to make a change. We
Yeah.
would not be in a position we were today. And like, I didn't give her a lot of time to think and say yay or nay. Because I'm gonna be honest, whether she said yes or no, I was still doing it. Not because I'm like, oh, I'm doing it. It wasn't that type of thing. I had to, because sometimes your partner don't always see the big picture because she ain't got all the pieces to see. We million miles apart. She not seeing what I'm saying. I had to make that decision for my family. Look where we are today.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying don't ever like in the situation where you can wait and paint the picture for them. Even if they don't see, I could not paint it. I painted the best as I could, but it was one of those things like it's yes or no, babe.
Because I think at the time when you picked it, I wasn't working.
It was like, babe, I got accepted. I didn't think I was gonna get accepted this quick. Yes or no? Because you only got 10 days to say yes.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think at the time, like, yeah, I don't think I was working.
So, and like every year after that, ma'am, we have elevated in every way possible, spiritually, in our collectively marriage, individually, personal growth, through healing and therapy. Like,
Same. She said same. My husband doesn't always see it at the moment, but he still trusts my process.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always, because I move with the best interest of us all the
Yeah.
time. Sometimes it's the best interest of her. And now that we got Amari, like, I was on my fast, real example. And I made sure, like, let's get y'all something. She's like, hold on. I went and bought food to cook for them. I'm cooking them steak and stuff. Like, I don't eat that in general, but I was still on my raw. But I made like, so sometimes I'm doing, she's like,
I got home. I said, wait a fucking minute. What you eating?
I was like, don't worry. Like, so I already move like that. Like, you know, and I don't, and I also know my wife's an overthinker at times. So some stuff I don't need her to overthink, babe. I got this. I know you don't see it. There's gonna be some bumps along the way, but we're gonna smooth them out. We're gonna trust the, like, and it's okay. You know. So like I like to give transparent conversations because we we work through some real situations here. Not bad, but real.
Yeah.
And now we're both, in better positions and better situations, and we
Yeah.
working to be better.
We are.
Even our social media circle. Don't forget about those relationships. I had to block some people because why are you here? You're not supporting, you're not helping.
You're
Like
siphoning our
you're
friends,
siphoning
my
our
friends
friends
list.
list to support your business on behind our back, think we don't know.
Yeah, they comment, and all of a sudden you in their comment section like you don't even know them.
So we even had to be careful of those. Like, how long have we kept people on our timeline knowing they should have been gone too?
Gone. They should have
So
been
gone.
gone.
So we just made, and it's crazy because some of the people we blocked, we should have been blocked. The signs was there.
Yes, that's why you are here.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. We are going where we are loved, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why we here over here
Yep.
on YouTube.
We started posting for fun, like posting over here as an afterthought. Somebody said, hold on.
Easy.
Your stuff
1K.
getting views over here. You might wanna. And I was like, mind you, Facebook get like we have like what 3,000 friends apiece plus people who not follow our pages, and you would get maybe 50 views, maybe a few hundred on a good day, but most of the time, like I'd be lucky if I crack maybe 300 views. That's insane
On Facebook.
for no.
And we was over here. We was in the cohort with our coach, and one of the assignments was to create
Content. Just posted it here as an afterthought.
And then she was like, "Yo, y'all got."
She's like, "Why you up and down my? Hold on!" And we came up on her For You page on here organically.
And we got before we came on this live, we had 303 subscribers. We set at 40 for years, and we get organic followers like in 3 months time and engagement. People saying, "Oh, we need your content. I'm 49, and this is right with like 49 years old, older than both of us." And like the fact that we've touched somebody older, like genuine, heartfelt comments and engagement.
Yep.
So why not put our energy over here?
Yep.
To get our subscribers up. So like, we got to get a certain amount of subscribers and a certain amount of watch time.
But why not?
But why not put our energy here? We're getting like
we spent for years pouring. Remember, as I don't know if y'all remember the OGs. SK After Dark. We used to go live every day. Every day.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
I agree, it's crazy.
Oh, we love
thank
you too.
You. Yeah, we used to go live every day over there, almost like Monday to Thursday, every day. And people would take the nuggets, and then would come time to like support. They'd be like, "Ooh, gotta go."
Yeah.
But we, pour anyways. But enough of them people. They over there, we over here, having a good old time. But yes.
And so that's why we here.
That's why we here.
And we just like go where you are loved. We tell people that. So it's like, let's follow our own advice.
We've been saying that for years.
We need to pour it in YouTube. We need to pour it
or any other platform.
Yep. Any other platform.
Right. But it's okay.
We appreciate, everything.
Yeah. Tonight really wasn't about deciding whether somebody deserves another chance or not. That's not what it's about. Because we can't control whether or not a person changes. I agree with y'all. Like crazy. Oh, she already said it already. It's about asking yourself whether your decisions are based on reality or tomorrow's hope.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we focusing on today's reality or tomorrow's hope?
Based on what we talked about. What you think?
I mean, they got to evaluate their individual
Mm-hmm.
relationships, whether it be romantic, friendship. Hey, it could be your job too. It
Yep.
could be your familiar relationships. It doesn't matter.
All the connections.
All the
Facebook,
connections.
social media. What's Facebook is social media. Social media
Well,
relationships
all
too.
of them, right. Awareness creates choice. Choices create change. And that's how we move different.
Yep.
Mm.
Mm.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just wow, that was good. Oh, I do have one thing. We have um we have a goal to reach 100 investors into our Move Different interactive workbook. So you can the website www.connectwithsk.com, which is scrolling across the front. Invest in yourself if you're ready to move different. While you support and invest in us. Our goal is to reach 100 by Friday. Like Stephanie said, we got so many subscribers, so many supporters on through all the platforms. 100 is easy. If you take a numbers game compared to what we both have together, we can easily hit 100 by Friday. That's sharing the people you know, like anybody that can benefit, gift somebody, like, if you got by yourself one, it's buy them one. Hey, that's support. Because you wouldn't, if it was a t-shirt, you wouldn't buy one t-shirt. You were like, yo, I'm on vacation, I'm gonna buy you. Yeah. So show us some love. We put some hard work into this. It's very interactive. You can click it, type in it. It's not your average digital product. There are exercises, the words that help you through each. It leads you to a journey, and take your time on there. So go to www.
Hello.
Hey, Shalina, connectwithsk.com and get our interactive workbook. Again, the goal is to reach 100 by Friday, and I believe we can do it.
Me too.
Between all the supporters and friends Steph and I got, I know we can. Share. Don't hurt in sharing. You can share our website on your page. If anybody looking to move different and change patterns, they got to be ready. They're ready to go. That's the thing. That's who are we focusing on, people who are ready to go. So with that being said, guys, remember, you are the designer and creator of your destiny. Do something daily to get you closer to your goals. This your girl, KG. I'm the K from SK. This is my lovely wife, Stephanie. She's the S from SK. Y'all have an amazing night and have an amazing day on purpose tomorrow. We love you guys. And remember to always move different.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Get your workbook and make sure you buy somebody else for a gift. We need to hit those dings.